Welcome to Pisces Tarot, and I am your host, MiMi the Lightseer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment, and let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to Pisces Tarot. I am your host, MiMi the Lightseer, and over here at Pisces Tarot, your business is my business. And oh, baby child, we're going to get into somebody's business this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all, let me tell you. We are live this morning across. Good morning. Hey, guppies. We are live this morning across TikTok as well as YouTube as per usual. If you are new to Pisces Tarot, I strongly encourage that you go over to the YouTube channel to subscribe to my YouTube channel at MiMi Lightseer. We are currently building the community up for if and when TikTok is banned in the United States come January 19th. That is the date, January 19th. And so we are looking to transition from this platform to that platform. So not only do you get the opportunity to just be able to play back the readings and to, comment, subscribe, share, bookmark, follow up, go back and verify whatever you need to do, it's there on YouTube. So good morning to all my international folks that's live on TikTok as well as Twitter, because I do have a large international following. Anyway, good morning, y'all. Good morning. Let me tell you, this morning, it's weird, right? I was dreaming about decorating and building a house. And as I was building the house, I noticed that there was a gap. They built the house within 2 days, which is crazy, right? But there was a gap between the wall. And I was you could see outside. And I was why is there a gap between the wall? And I was fussing about the construction of the house. And as I was fussing about the construction of the house, I also went to go play vinyl records. And I was playing music in the background. Well, one of those vinyl records that I was playing was Maxwell's something, right? And hey, Lindsay, good morning. And so as I was playing Maxwell's something, right? Let me tell you, I was crazy. I woke up this morning and that doggone music is still playing in my head. I have no idea why I'm dreaming about songs and then waking up and playing them in my head. But I promise you, it has something to do with your reading, because it has been so pronounced. I done went and did my Bible study, came back. I'm still hearing this song in my head, okay? Now, there is an ascension of some sort happening right now with divine masculine and divine feminine energy. And I've been talking about this for about 4 or 5 months now, but it is coming in more succinctly now, okay? Specifically for those men or women, because energy can be what it's going to be, right? It could be intertransferable or inadvertent. But This is specifically for the people who have elected not to take action when they were supposed to take action. What was that? Back in October, I said. It's a veil being lifted off of the eyes of people, okay? Specifically in those spiritual connections, not just soulmate, but those spiritual connections. So just get ready for it. The shenanigans, that's all I can say. All right, so here we go with this morning's reading. Oh, and I had something else I was going to tell y'all, but I'm going to pull this card first and then I'm going to tell y'all. Willing release is the overall energy reading, a willing release. Now, as we talk about willing release, I've been thinking, and I promise you it has something to do with you. I have been thinking, if you're a follower and you go back and watch the playbacks or you catch the lives, you know that we've been talking about your plan, the divine plan, and knowing when you've gotten off track and knowing when something is or is not for you. We've been talking about that. And we've been talking about how we would like to be a little bit more focused and a little bit more centered, a little bit more grounded, a little bit more intentional about the energy that we're giving and receiving, what we're consuming, being mindful of what we're consuming. All of these things we've been talking about. And so this morning, during my Bible study, it came up, talking about like the divine hedges of protection and how to activate the Holy Spirit over your day. But not only that, but also knowing when something is not sent from God specifically. And I tell you guys these things, specifically what I'm about to tell you, because I want you guys to be empowered, right? But I also do not tell you these things to be intrusive in projecting a belief. Good morning. I don't tell you these things to be projecting a belief upon people that they may not have. But God does not give us the spirit of confusion. And anytime you're dealing with something that does not give you peace, that is the major indicator that you are not on the right path. Okay? Now, adding on to that, elaborating, expanding, and going further. I was thinking about a particular situation that I found myself in recently. And when I thought about it, I was like, I have yet to have peace about the situation the whole time I have been dealing with this. Okay? And as I was thinking about it, I was like, oh my gosh. The reason why I haven't had peace with this situation the whole entire time is simply because this person or this thing is not for me. So then I added on to that thought and said, okay, so was this a God-given opportunity, or was this me creating the opportunity because that's what I thought I needed at the time? And I'm asking you guys this and passing this information along as well, because as we continue to expand and to evolve and to think about these particular instances and the people that are in our lives, I want you guys to think about it in that way, because you will have the clarity that you need as you go on your journey. And this particular season of your life right now, moving forward, going into 2025, it's so important that you process and think about these things like that, okay? And that will enable this willing release. It is time for us to let go of those things that are no longer serving us. And I keep saying it, I keep telling you guys, it's coming out in the readings, people breaking up, people like, I'm waking up, I'm smelling the coffee. What in the world what have I been under? What spell, whatever you want to call it, whatever trance, whatever it is you want to call it. People are waking up and smelling the coffee. And that also is going back to that divine masculine, divine feminine thing that I was just telling you about just a moment ago as well. Okay? People are going to start having a knowing. And if people just start up and acting funny around you and you just don't feel the inkling to talk to them, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Somebody wants to confront you with their negative feelings and their emotions. Have the conversation and let it go. Okay? It's as simple as that. Now, the truth that you need to hear right now for your... Ooh, this girl good. The truth that you need to know for your journey right now is honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Okay? Is this not in alignment with what we were just speaking about? You got to be honest with yourself. You have got to be honest with yourself. And a lot of people have been living life lying to themselves. Lying to yourself. And I know somebody gonna be like, I can't be lying to my... Yes, you do it all the time. You do it all the time. You pretend to be happy when you're really not happy. You pretend to be in love when you're really not in love. I mean, do I need to go on? You pretend to be faithful. Samantha said, I lie to myself better than anybody else. I'm trying to tell you, we do it all the time. Do it all the time. And if you watched the reading from yesterday, we did talk about how we lie to ourselves. Somebody shows you exactly who they are, and you turn the other cheek. Why don't you believe it? They told you up front, this ain't for me. I'm just using this as an example. I don't know if this is anybody specifically, and if it is, I'm not picking on you. I'm just using this as an example to amplify the point being made. You meet somebody and they tell you they're not the marrying type. They don't see themselves getting married. They're not committal. They're not a one person man or woman. They like to have their cake and eat it too. Okay? They say that. Now, you done got introduced to the heavenlies through their genitalia because it done blew your mind. And now all of a sudden, you want something that they're not offering. What part about what they said did you not understand? Right? Okay? What part about that do you not understand? But the point is, y'all, the point is that that person told you who they were. They showed you who they were when they weren't being faithful, and you kept catching them up in all of the things that they was dealing with. Why didn't you believe it? But you kept telling a lie to yourself, saying, one day they'll wake up. One day, I don't care who you be with, there'll be another me, child. They don't have to be another you. They don't want you. So why would they want another one? I mean, it's very frank, but I'm just being straightforward. We got to start taking accountability for the lies that we tell ourselves. And we got to be honest with ourselves in the same manner that we expect other people to be honest with us. And if you're walking around lying to yourself, why would they tell you the truth? You comfortable with a lie. But a sure way of figuring it out is to know whether or not you have peace about the situation. Now, if you got peace with the lies, that's a different story. That's a different story. But if you're uncomfortable and you continue to proceed to move forward, as I look at the clock, it's 4:44 a.m. But as you continue to persevere and move through with this, then if you're comfortable with the lie, baby, that's a different story. But if you are uncomfortable and you continue to proceed to move forward with this person after this person done told you what it is, that's a different story. Okay? Now, the soul whisper for today is, good morning. The soul whisper is motivate. And there's a star on here. Okay? And anytime we talk about stars, especially in oracle and tarot, stars typically represent faith, peace, compassion, illumination, and spirituality. Okay? But how ironic are we talking about peace and a star comes up here? Okay? Now, I love this book. This is a newer deck, and I'm going to read what they say because I love the way that they put things. Let me see if I can find it. We got to start being honest with ourselves, because we're questioning, why don't people have integrity anymore? Do you have integrity? Stop worrying about somebody else. Do you have integrity? Are you operating in decency and order? Are you illustrating self-respect to even ask somebody else to respect you? I mean, let's talk about it. All right. Now, motivate. Never give up on a dream just because of the time it will take to accomplish it. The time will pass away. That is Earl Nightingale. I don't know how to say his last name. All right. Motivation is enough to keep the initial spark of an idea burning brightly. Over time, it is common for the flame to become a little dimmer as it replaced with the reality of the difficult challenge. Suddenly, the idea that you were so keen on becomes too hard and you find yourself making excuses. The key ingredient working in hand with motivation is consistency. Okay, it's consistency. All right. It is common to get bursts of motivation, but they often give way to the monotony of the daily grind. Consistency helps you to build habits, enables you to push through periods where your motivation wanes. During the initial phase of excitement, be sure to develop habits that will assist in the working towards your goal and to help you to push through any slumps along the way. All humans have motivations to achieve something. The differentiating factor between those who do and those who don't is the measure of consistent actions they have taken towards it. Are you being consistent? Why are you asking for somebody else to be consistent? I mean, this is speaking volumes this morning, because we're talking about look at the balloon. We're talking about consistency, y'all. We're talking about motivating pieces, honesty, transparency. We're talking about a lot here. And as I started out this reading discussing about the changes and shifts that are happening in the spiritual realm when it comes to these soulmate relationships. So I don't know particularly if this is a soulmate, or well, let me rephrase, not say soulmate. Spiritual connections, because anybody could be a soulmate, but more so spiritual partnerships. Okay. So, but consistency and everybody's here for different reasons. Y'all got to start studying and understanding the intentions and motives of a person. A lot of times we just go with what feels good, but we're not really asking ourselves the key questions. Why are you here? What is it that you want from me? What is it that you feel like I can do for you? Why are you even talking to me? Who are you? Who sent you? What are your goals? What are your dreams? What do I want from you? What do I want for my life? Where do I see my relationships going and being? Again, we have become a society that is way too comfortable with expecting something from somebody else that we are not even giving ourselves. It's too much. And then you wonder why you don't have peace of mind. And you wonder why things are all off kilter, all misconstrued, stressful. You don't want to go home. That's why. All right, jumping into this reading. High vibing, good vibes, living life to the fullest, enjoying the present. Somebody is changing the way that they're looking and feeling about life, love, and relationships at this time. Okay. The T is hustling, making it rain, focused on getting money, getting it. Okay, so maybe you guys have come into a season of your life where you're coming across excess money. I know it's about to be tax season in a couple of months. But somebody's coming across some money, or either coming across a hustle, starting a new job, got money coming in, and life is going. Life is booming. Life is flourishing. And I love that for you. Make sure you save some money. Okay? Make sure you save some money. Things are going to get real tight, real ugly, even more expensive. And if you don't believe me, go read the statement from Walmart. I'm not going there about politics. I'm just giving you the message. All right. What lies beneath all of this? And the reason why I cite Walmart is because Walmart is Fortune 500 company #1. Go listen to what Walmart is saying. Thank you, Lindsay. Lindsay said, this is exactly what I needed this morning. All right, here we go. If you're just now joining, go ahead and follow us on YouTube. You can watch the live over there, but you'll also be able to go back and play the beginning of this reading again. All right, somebody's tired of drama. They're tired of the drama. They're ready to move on with their lives. They're ready to get to these high vibrations. Maybe y'all trying to create competition between each other because they done proved they moving on and they thinking about you. Is that what it is? Let's keep going. Twin flame right there at the bottom of the deck. No, that's pictures. Sorry. Thought that was a twin flame one. I was like, oh, Lord, they're just spooky now. I was just talking about that. Pictures. All right, here we go. Yeah, life journeys are so intense and crazy. Like, it's just, you just want peace. And at this, look, here you go. I knew I went crazy. I just told y'all I thought I saw it. And it was the picture card. It's right here. I just cut this deck. I literally just thought I saw it. Good morning, Jerome. Welcome back. Good morning, Evelyn. Welcome back. Sugar, I'm reading your question. And I want to answer your question, but I want to say something so... I don't want this to be misconstrued. But in alignment with what I was just speaking about, if you have to question whether or not a person's going to call you, then that's not going to be the person for you. Because the person for you is going to want to call you all the time, and you're not going to have to question that. That's the very point that I'm making here. And I'm not trying to put you on blast. I'm just answering your question, because that's a real-time example of how we need to move from this state of unknowing to knowing and having that clarity. And if there's a question about another person's intention, then you don't have that clarity. And I hope that makes sense for you. And I apologize if it makes you feel like I put you on front or that I'm putting you on blast, because that's not the intent at all. Okay. Now, when we look into the broken mirror, unknown callers, stalking, hanging up, unknown numbers. Okay, so somebody may be getting a lot of unknown calls. Somebody's playing on the phone, which is possibly where the tide of the drama is, right? So maybe now that things are not moving forward, maybe, you know, this person's playing on the phone. They know it's you. Let's see. What is the true emotion? What is the true emotion here? I mean, I didn't even know people still play it on people's phones. People still do that? I mean, I'm just asking for a friend, because people still play on people's phones. I mean, my phone is so dry. when the politicians was texting me during election season, I was about to text them back and have a whole conversation. Ask them, do you want to go get a cup of coffee? Let's talk about this. My phone's so dry, it's on silent. I lose it in the house. I don't know where it is. And I am perfectly fine with that. Ain't nobody calling me. Not even a bill collector. Nobody's calling me, okay? Now, this person with their high vibing, they may be drinking and or have introduced themselves into a toxic lifestyle or have been operating with the toxic lifestyle, calling it high vibration. But they're really being low vibrational. Y'all, I thank God a bill collector ain't calling me, okay? It was a time in my life, I don't know if I ever told y'all this story, but I'm just gonna tell y'all this real quick. It was a time in my life, it was 10 years ago, now that I think about it, but it was a time in my life where things were really bad for me and I was in a really destitute situation. And I had unexpectedly been laid off from my job. And I had just had my son. And so, I mean, I was making ends meet, but you know, y'all don't act like y'all ain't never been broke before. It was like every other month, my gas would be cut off, my lights would be cut off. It was like, cause I had to alternate what bill I was gonna pay, right? So every other month something was cut off. And then, you know, every month I couldn't pay the rent on time because I was trying to, you know, get the money and stuff together. And so every month I would have to go down to Fulton County Courthouse and I had it down to a science. So I would have to show up so they can't say I didn't show up. Then they tell you, oh, you got 7 days to pay the rent, so you're going to be evicted. And so I would say, okay, that's another week. Like, I'm so serious. Like, I'm laughing about it. But I know that people, these are people's lives, right? But I'm just laughing at it because I would just be like, okay, I'm going through the flow. I'm checking the boxes. I trust and believe that the rent money is going to show up, right? So anyhow, going through all that, that's the history of what's going on. Of course, I stopped paying my car note because I needed the money to pay other bills. So the people was coming to repo my car. And so they would call me to threaten me. And I'd be like, Jesus paid it all. Hallelujah. Goodbye. And they would be like holding the phone like, what is wrong with this lady? This lady is a bag of nuts. And so I would answer the phone and I'd be like, hello, hallelujah. Jesus paid it all. Goodbye. And when the man came, y'all, I got smart and I would take my car and go park it somewhere else, like in these private garages. And the little repo man would come sit outside my house and he would just be waiting. And you know, you repo trucks, any type, not a repo truck, but any type of truck, specifically a tow truck, is loud. So I will hear them pull up and I'll open up the window and I go, hallelujah, Jesus is still in the neighborhood. Goodbye. I'm just telling y'all, I was going through it. You couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was just so happy. They did end up getting my car. And something told me, the Lord told me to go get my baby car seat out the car and, you know, just not. And I was in the house real quick and that's how fast they moved. Like I pulled up to the house with something and all of a sudden they came so quick. They cut that corner. They grabbed that car. They was gone. I was like, well, dang. And I said, that's so. I opened up the door. This tells you how audacious I was. I opened up the door and I told the tow truck driver, I said, everything that the devil stole, God gonna give it right back to me. And like maybe like 2 weeks later, I got my car back. But you know, you gotta have that type of audaciousness, okay, y'all? I don't know why I started telling y'all that story, but that was for somebody, okay? Now, the most influencing factor in this, what's going on right now, is truth. Didn't we already talk about truth with honesty? Truth. Expression, new perspective, seeking the truth, clear action. That goes back to what I was saying to Sugar a minute ago. Honesty and communication. I can't make this up, y'all. I cannot make it up. I cannot make it up. Now, this is my true crime deck. And for those of you who know, if anything too gruesome come out, I'm gonna skip it because they be talking about dismemberment. And I don't, you ain't doing none of that. All right, but I'm telling y'all, you gotta have that audaciousness. You gotta be bold. You gotta be fearless. You gotta be clear. And I feel like this is a wake-up call. I feel like this reading is going to be very similar to some of the other readings that have come out this week, if I'm being honest. Child. You may have a child with this person. Niche was talking about her children just a minute ago. Here it is. Okay, a child. Over here looking like DJ Khaled. Son. What's the little DJ Khaled son?
Another one.
And our last cosmic insight. Key. This is the 8 of diamonds, which is similar to a 8 of pentacles. So I feel like there's some work being done, even though it's called the key. I strongly feel as though with the truth and honesty coming out with this rhythm release and the motivation and everything that we talked about in the very beginning of this reading. If you missed it, you are welcome to go back and to watch the replay on YouTube. While you guys are listening, go ahead and hit the like button. Get the likes up. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's figure out whose business this is. Whose business is this? I am MiMi the Lightseer on YouTube. This is Pisces Tarot, and your business is my business. We gonna get into the business. All right. Let's see. Whose business is this? The first person here is a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius coming in as the Queen of Wands in reverse. They may have been feeling self-respect, self-confident, introverted, selfishness, jealousy, and insecurity. Which is probably why they're at this space now of having a toxic lifestyle. They're tired of the drama. They're trying to be high vibrational, and they think that by doing them that they are repairing and doing self-care. And at that point to which it is okay for you to do what you got to do to make yourself feel good, but are you really healing, or are you just masking? Are you actually doing the work, or are you actually just suppressing the negative feelings and emotions? A person that they may be dealing with is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, okay? Coming in or have been feeling very charitable, sharing, generous, okay? Maybe giving a lot of energy to others. And which is interesting because we already talked about this person making it rain. Okay? So, both of you guys, Basilisk, both of you guys may have been, this is interesting. I don't know why I just saw somebody selling a house. Thank you, Gina. Maybe somebody sold a house and that's where this excess wealth has come from. So I saw specifically a house being sold. Random. Okay. I don't know if that's you, but I saw a house being sold, and that's where this excess money is coming from. Excess opportunities are coming from. All right. I just want to know for clarity. Is this a soulmate connection? Is this a soul? No, let me rephrase the question. Is this a twin flame situation? That's what I want to know. Is this a twin flame situation? Yes or no? Hey, Teach. Happy Friday. Thank you for reminding me, girl. Hallelujah. We made it. Ooh, child. Because I'm telling you, the week be long, but hallelujah, we made it. All right. I asked if this is a twin flame situation. It said maybe. And then I pulled another card and it said yes. Okay. So this could be a twin flame situation for those of you who are on that encounter. And the only reason why I asked that specific question was solely because I told y'all in the beginning of this reading that there are shifts going on. And I woke up hearing that Maxwell song, something, something. And I talked about the veil being lifted off the eyes, okay? So let's get into it. What is going on with my fire and earth signs? Let it burn. That's what I just heard. I think that you should let it burn. Okay. And as a reminder, not every twin flame is supposed to be in union in this lifetime. Don't be deceived by what people are telling you on the internet. Not every twin flame is supposed to be in fellowship, in union in this lifetime. And some people, just because they're your twin, don't mean that they're ever going to be ready for you. I mean, let's just be honest. Be honest with yourself. And I regret to share that, you know, I'm at that point of understanding and realization. Hit the like button, y'all, while y'all listening. Hit the like button. But I'm at that point of realization, of understanding and learning and knowing that it's a huge possibility that while it may have been intended for mine to be in union with me during this lifetime, we're just on two different paths. And I talk a lot, and I started out this reading talking about the divine plan and then your plan. Okay. And the intended purpose may have been the divine plan for that person and I to be together. But I feel strongly as though it is not that person's will for us to be together. And that's okay. That's okay. At this point, I'm tired, boss. I don't want nothing to do with you. Gone about your life. Leave me alone. Because as I said so eloquently in the beginning of this reading, if it don't bring you peace, is it really truly of God? Is it really truly of God? Is that really God's best for you? Because I know, and again, not projecting a belief, but I know the God that I serve, there is no good thing that he will ever withhold from me. And if it's good for me, I would have it. So the fact that I don't have it indicates that it's not a good thing for me. Okay? Take it how you want to, folks. Take it how you want to. But we gotta be clear. We gotta be clear. And we gotta operate with that clarity. Right? So if you gotta question something and you don't have that certainty, that peace, that truth, that ain't for you. And it's nothing wrong with you looking to find what is really available to you. Because one thing y'all need to understand is that the devil sends counterfeits. The devil masks himself in light. Okay? The devil can emulate everything that you want and more and make you so confused and have you going down the wrong path. That's why I've been talking to you guys so much so about intuition and spiritual connectivity and enlightenment, because the devil got a lot of people confused right now. And it can be even applicable to you. Let's talk about it. Let's be honest. This is an interactive space. There is no shame in anything that we're talking about and going through. We are a family. We are the collective. We're in this together. Contrary to popular belief, we are in this together. That is not just a slogan that died when everybody came outside and took the mask off. Many of us are delusional right now because we have been tricked and duped by fake, phony, and frauds. We done fell in love with the enemy. All right, now, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Your present energy right now is coming in as this sun in reverse. The sun in reverse, okay? As I was talking about disillusionment, being disillusioned, this is disappointment. Okay, this is being uninspired and feeling like you have lost your way. You're disappointed. Okay, that's exactly what that is. A lot of people right now at this time are overcoming that. And I feel, and I may have said this before, I feel like this person, the reason why they're vibing high and tired of the drama is because they're tired of hurting. They're tired of hurting. They're trying to prove something to themselves that they're able to move on and to live life without you. And instead of them processing whatever hurts are there, because there is a child involved. Now, I got to get to the bottom. Is it y'all's child? Is it a love child? We got to figure all that out. But there is a child here. But regardless, okay, there's a lot of disappointment right here. There's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of animosity. There's a lot of resentment. And instead of there being real conversations and real work being done, the easiest thing to do was to walk away. That was the easiest thing to do. Okay. Now, again, I don't know if there was a property. I keep seeing a house. Thank you, Lexi. I keep seeing a house. Hey. I keep seeing a house being sold. I don't know if maybe y'all broke up and y'all sold a property or something, or the property selling was in progress before the breakup and now y'all just kind of like going y'all own separate ways. Nisha saying yes. Okay. Yeah. That's where an influx of money has come from. And that's what both of y'all are over here just living your best life. I'm living my best life. Don't spend all your money in one place now. All right, so this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is coming in with the Eight of Swords in reverse. Thank you, Belinda. Good morning. Now, with this Eight of Swords energy, okay, we are definitely dealing with somebody pretending like they did not understand the consequences of their actions. With this Eight of Swords energy, y'all, I'm definitely feeling as though this person again, we talked about this in the beginning. We talked about you trying to turn a blind eye. Well, now I feel as though they wanted to in your mind, you thought things were going to get better. You thought that if you ignored the elephant in the room, the elephant was just going to go away. And that's not what exactly happened here. And now that you're starting to face the truth and understanding that you guys are on two different pages and two different spaces and two different lives, whatever, you know, their motivating forces are not the same as yours. Your everything is just off. Okay. Now that you have that, you've been doing the work to figure out what is it that I need to do to become my best self, because I'm equally tired of the drama. Yes, I'm being childish and I don't want to move on. Yes, I'm being petty and I'm still calling and still trying to fix the situation and all of that stuff, right? Like I'm still trying to do all of these different things. But you now are coming into the space of realizing, okay, well, maybe I don't need this relationship. Maybe I do need to move on with my life. Maybe I didn't understand that this was an unhealthy attachment from the beginning. Okay? And you're starting to, like I said at the very beginning of this reading, and if you missed the beginning of this reading, go back and watch the playback on YouTube at MiMi Lightseer. I said that in the beginning of this reading. This is about you removing the veil off of your eyes and having clarity and operating with precision. Because you've kind of been going through the flow. There was a statement that was made. And when the statement was made, I said this in another reading, but I feel like this happened. I don't know if this was the same energy, but I said this a couple days ago in another reading. But I feel like there was a statement made that started to unravel a conversation that really was the nail in the coffin. And when the statement was made, it was like,
what do you mean by that?
And the person started to really ask clarifying, probing questions. And when it was said, it amplified a feeling that was perceived to have been just, I'm overreacting, I'm overthinking, I am tripping. You know how you talk yourself out of your intuition? This was a thought that was buried in the back of your mind that just got pushed up to the forefront. And it was like, wait, what?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
And I feel like that's what started to unravel all of this. Because when it happened, it was like, I knew and felt that way this whole entire time. But I thought, and then you started to justify why you were being delusional. You justifying the lies that you told yourself. The positives is with this Seven of Swords in reverse. This unexpectedly, good morning, Kristen. This unexpectedly, like I said, I just said it. This unexpectedly gave you the clarity that you needed to make a decision for you for once. This gave you the opportunity to come clean and to be honest with yourself about the things that you thought this whole entire time. You know, it's a long time to lie to yourself for 30 minutes. I can't imagine lying to yourself for 30 weeks, for 30 months, for 30 years, right? But this person gave you an out. And when this person gave you this out, it was like, oh, child. Glenn says 23 years. But it was like once this tower moment happened, this gave you an out. This gave you an out, and you was like, baby, when this person gave you the out, child, you was like, you was running, okay? Running for the hills. All right? Because it was like the shackles were no longer on your feet. The blinders were no longer on your eyes. Y'all see what's on this card? Bound. Blindfold. Okay? Blindfold. Rope. Okay? You were being resistant to facing the truth, and now you can do that. The consequence is here. You thought, and remember when I pulled this card at first, I said, is this a soulmate connection? It said maybe. You thought that this was going to be a full-fledged partnership. You thought that this was going to be a soulmate connection. You're forever, ever, 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 only to find out.
Denied.
There was never, remember I started talking in the beginning of this reading about intentions and consistency. Good morning, Belinda. And it wasn't there. It was not there, folks. It was not there. And this person created more disharmonious moments than peaceful moments in your life. If you are being honest with yourself, and I'm asking all of you this, not just the people who are chiming in right now on TikTok, but I'm asking everybody. If you have become so equipped with handling a dysfunctional lifestyle, meaning to neutralize the drama, I'm going to downplay my own needs and wants to be whatever you want me to be, because I want peace and I want happiness. If you have ever been in that situation, put a broken heart down in the chat. It ain't no shame in it. We all cousins up in here. We having a grown folk conversation. But if you have ever put yourself in a situation where you have done this to pacify, to maintain a peaceful house, put a broken heart in the chat. Because it got to the point to where it was just like, I can't do this anymore. What this is trying to teach you is that you can do whatever you want and need to do on your own. You have what it takes, right? You have what it takes. I don't need, I'm putting myself in your shoes, okay? So when I say I don't need, I'm putting myself in your shoes. I don't need the wealth and the riches. Those are things that make me comfortable, but those are not mandatory. Excuse me. I don't need somebody to try to change me, to manipulate me, to get me to be who you want me to be. I'm self-sufficient, a self-standing person by myself. I'm whole and complete by myself. Anything a person brings to me is to add value to my life, not to take away from it. That's what this is trying to teach you. That's what this is trying to teach you. This is what all of this reading is about. And if you missed the beginning, I strongly encourage you, go to follow me on YouTube and go watch the playback once this reading is over. Because we started talking about the willing release. We started talking about the motivation pieces and consistency. We also started talking about honesty and what that means. See, y'all running around here focusing on getting money and living your best life and doing all of those things are just triages for what's really happening here. How you gonna win when you ain't right within? Ain't that what Lauryn Hill said? I know it's on a t-shirt with her face, but I know she said it in Lost Ones. Was it? No, that wasn't Lost Ones. She said it in That Thing. But it's true. How you gonna win when you ain't right within? How you gonna reap flowers when you running around here planting seeds? I mean, not planting seeds, planting weeds. You know, the weeds ain't gonna show. It's a story in the Bible about them planting for the harvest, and weeds got in the garden, even though they was doing everything that they possibly can. And if you are a landscape person, you know you can put down whatever you want to put down. Them that blasted weeds are going to still grow. And sometimes, going back to what I said about the devil being a con artist, sometimes, as you know, the weeds get so creative, they look like flowers coming up. They look like whole flowers in the garden, in the flower bed. And then you look at that thing again, you get your phone, you take a picture and go to Google, like, Google, what is this? It's a weed. Did you know it was a weed as it was coming up? No, it looked like a flower. I'm using that as an analogy for how this situation is and was with you. You were deceived. Period. You were deceived. You were deceived as so much as were they deceived. Hate to say it, but I'm going to tell you what it is. It's the truth. They thought they were getting one thing with you. You thought you were getting something else from them. So now both of y'all running around here in overtime trying to both of y'all be somebody you're not. Trying to prove a point. Trying to make it seem like your feelings ain't hurt. No, you hurt. You hurt. You hurt real bad. It's okay. Ain't no shame to it. Deal with your stuff. Because at the end of the day, as I have been saying, and everybody's reading for what, the last week, either you gonna deal with yours or else your is going to deal with you. And honey, let me tell you.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Y'all got to pass this test. And if you are not putting yourself in a position to pass the test, what are you doing? We're too old for this. We're too grown for this. Life happens in real time. There's no rubric. There's no guidance. There's no handheld book. You can read all the self-help books you want to. But until you make the decision to execute some of those key learnings, until you're ready to execute and stand on the truth and stand on business that you know to be true in your heart, then all of it is a waste.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Now, you got the Seven of Pentacles here in reverse. That's talking about what you need to do to heal. Okay? You got to release the anxiety, the guilt, the shame, the frustration, any of those negative feelings and emotions that you may have had as it pertains to this relationship or like starting over. I'm sorry, y'all, my phone about to go off. But any of those feelings that you may have been having about starting over and leaving this situation, you got to get rid of that. Just like you would go to dig up those weeds out your yard, which is funny because look at what's on the card. He's gardening, right? How would it be that I would be talking about weeds in a garden? But any of those things that you feel are in your life that don't belong there, you should not be anxious about getting rid of the things that don't serve you. It's nice to give closure. Is it mandatory? No. No. It's your life too. It's your life too. All you got to say is for real, I love you. But this ain't working for me no more. And let them do what they gonna do with it. Let them do what they gonna do with it. But you don't owe anybody else anything else. It's your life. It is your life. Just because you have kids does not make you a prisoner to somebody else. People do successfully co-parent every single day. Trust me, I'm one of them. I don't care about what that man doing. He can live his best life. All I care about is how does it affect my child? Not me, my child. Remove those unnecessary feelings and emotions, which is why you got to learn how to deal with your skit. You're unhappy because you're allowing yourself to be somewhere on unfertile ground. And you wonder why you got weeds popping up everywhere. The Knight of Swords. I'm sorry, Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. Okay? Dogs represent loyalty, friendship, and companionship. Okay? And you see how the dog is looking up at him? Y'all see that? Y'all see how the dog is just like looking at him? Oh, wrong card. Y'all see the dog looking at him? Admiring him? And the man is looking at the dog like, yes. Okay? You're going to find a whole new zest for life, a new will, a new motivation, a new motivation. Which is probably why you're focusing on hustling and getting money. And this is probably why you're being a little bit more generous. Because you're starting to see that as you are living your life for you once, the energy that you're putting out there is starting to come back to you. Does that make sense? You're going to start to see when you show up for other people authentically and genuinely as yourself, you're going to start to see people genuinely and truly, hey Kay, you're going to see people genuinely and truly show up for you as their authentic selves. If you are starting to experience this, like people just going out their way to be kind to you, people going out their way to love on you. If you're starting to experience that right now, I want you to put a heart in the chat, a red heart in the chat. Now, what's funny is this Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I'm sorry, the Six of Swords. This Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This person definitely thinks they're slick. They think you cannot get away from them. They think you're stuck. Which is probably why they think that it's you playing on their phone. Or either they're playing on your phone. Somebody is playing on somebody's phone. Okay? But they think that you're not going to get away. Look how he's looking. He's looking like, where you going to go? What you going to do? Who going to want you? Look at you. You're black. You're poor. You're ugly. You can't cook. You can't sing. That's not funny. That's not funny. But you understand what I'm trying to do here, right? That's what, I mean, everything you done to me gonna be done to you. I need to go download that sound clip. Cause that's what, yeah. That's how they're talking to you, thinking that it's going to make a world of difference. But what they don't realize is that you have gotten a newfound strength. And no matter what they say, no matter what they do, you can listen to their insults because it can't penetrate you no more.
Anything else?
Okay? It can't penetrate you no more. And every time they coming around trying to tear you down, belittle you, be condescending, be disrespectful, be emotionally abusive, and all of those other things, you now have the wherewithal to snap back.
Get that garbage out of here!
Okay? We're not doing that. We're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. I'm living my life. I'm doing me. I'm taking care of my kids. I'm taking care of my household. I'm giving to my community. I have a newfound renewal on life because I finally understand what it means to be free. And please, folks, do not despise your humble beginnings in your past. Do not. Because the things that you are going through right now are going to put you on a whole trajectory for where you're supposed to be going next. You got places to go and things to do and people to see. And it's interesting because no matter what this person says or does, your energy is strengthening each and every day that you're away from this person. It's like you're taking back 20 years off of your life every day.
Oh, hell no!
Anytime they try to call, anytime they try to text, anytime they trying to do anything, you're stronger, you're wiser, you're being more intentional. All of those different things. All of those different things. Their insults don't have any weight on you anymore. They don't. And for some of you, you're documenting all of this behavior because you're just using this as informations and tools arsenal for when you go to court. Here go this Two of Cups again. Okay? They thought that if they had kids with you, that they weren't going to be able to walk away. That you weren't going to be able to walk away. They may have intentionally impregnated you if you're a woman. But with this Two of Cups in reverse, look at this picture. Look at this picture. It's a woman and her child. Y'all see that? With that Two of Pentacles, you're no longer being juggled. You are no longer being subject to being treated as property, right? With this Two of Pentacles in reverse, listen, baby, listen, child. It may feel like things got way out of hand. Way out of hand. Okay? But when I tell you that it's no longer an issue, I said the Two of Cups is the Two of Pentacles. I misspoke. But the thing of it is, this is why they're disappointed. And this is why with this with this Eight of Swords, right? That you're moving on. They're disappointed because they thought that they were going to be able to control and manipulate and dictate the situation just because there were kids involved. The child card is here. They thought they was going to be able to control you. And you was like, I'm out of here.
I said what I said!
Okay? I ain't doing this no more. Hey, quotes. I ain't doing this no more. If you have children with this person, put a pink or a blue heart in the chat. Represent male or female. If you have children with this person, put a blue or a pink heart in the chat. If you know who this person is and you know what I'm talking about, put a heart in the chat. A pink or a blue heart, whichever. Just put hearts in the chat. I just want to know. Because that was the huge anchor to the relationship. It was that I have children. I wanted a family. Oh my God. I wanted a family for my children. I didn't want my children to grow up. This is about to make me cry. Because I'm a mother. Okay? I'm a real mother. I'm so much of a mother. I be in public mothering other people's kids. Because they can't mother their own children. But that's a different story. Can't stand no bad, disrespectful ass. Ooh wee! I'm the mother. Okay? I'm the mother. Okay, Michael said they all grown. I got same thing, right? Right? Grandkids. Right? I'm the mother that if I was in a church setting, I would take off my shoe and whoop your butt. I'm the first row mother. Yep. I'm the mother that I mother my friends. When we go out, they all drunk, losing purses. I'm collecting. Oh, Lord, give me this. You don't put this down. Would you go drink some Pedialyte and sit down? I'm that person. I hate it. I get so tired of being responsible. What happened if I want to let loose? You know? Shout out to the grandparents. Yes. Myra says, I'm a grandmother to 8. Yeah, we need grandparents. We need the golden girl grandparents back, you know? Because these new grandparents, child, them and the baby outside twerking. I need y'all to go sit down. But anyway, I'm going to stop judging. Just saying. I see stuff on the internet. I send it to my mama. I say, if you so ever embarrass me and my family like this, I will put you in a nursing home with the quickness. And I won't come and get you out. I am so serious. Listen, we ain't doing that. Anyhow. I'm just the child. We ain't doing that. All right. So clarifying the 7 of Swords with this 2 of Cups, both in reverse. We got the 5 of Wands. Okay. Now this plot thickens. Hey. Now this plot thickens with this 5 of Wands. Okay. I definitely feel like this was a lesson for you to learn. This was a lesson for them to learn. It was also empowering and giving you strength to become and evolve a better person. That's what this was all about. This was a lesson that you needed to learn. I mean, all of life is a lesson that you needed to learn, but specifically in this instance, this was something that you needed to go through to learn because you convinced yourself, I need to be in this for the integrity of my family. I need to be in this because I wanted to keep my children in the same household with their parents. Listen, there's the divine plan, and then there's your plan. And I'm not going to sit up here and say that God ever wanted people to be divorced because I don't know the answer to that. I don't. I know it says that you should not, but I'm just saying I don't know what his intention was. Right? But I'm curious to know that when seasons change and people grow apart, if the intention was for you to stay, and let's just be old school, you stay and you go down around the corner, down the street, down to yonder, you go start over with somebody else, but we're still legally married. Like, I'm curious about that. Right? I'm curious. And I'm curious about that specifically because we know in the Bible, in the Old Testament specifically, because no divorce is a part of the New Testament, right? But in the Old Testament, they had many wives, right? So there's a curiosity that's there. But in this, I'm going back to, was this your plan? That you felt like this was good for you? Or was this who God told you to be with? And to marry and to have children with? I'm just curious. I'm not fault finding. I'm just asking. I'm curious, right? This is a general collective. So I don't know anybody individually, personally, to say yay, nay, or no, you know, whatever. I'm just curious. And these are just my little bubble thoughts as I'm going through this. So, but this was here to teach you a lesson. This was here to grow you up. This was here to mature you. This was to get you to have more self-love. Because you learned how to stop loving yourself, putting everybody else above you. And I don't recall, that's not to say it's not there. I'm just saying at the frame of mind, I don't recall where the Bible was teaching us about self-love and self-respect. Talks about dignity, talks about being in service to others. It talks about doing everything with decency and with order. But how am I going to operate externally with decency and order when I'm out of order internally? Does this make sense what I'm saying to y'all? A lot of what's happening now to you is a reflection of who you were within at the time. And you're being encouraged to know that you're being empowered to do something different. I'm not sitting up here telling you to go file for divorce. I'm not saying that at all. That's a you decision. Okay, that's a you decision. And I feel like the decision kind of like has already been made. But there is a new truth. There's a new perspective. There's been some type of revelation and assessment that has been done that is saying this is no longer working for me, and it's okay. What did I tell y'all? The devil. This is no longer working for me. This no longer has my best interest. This is negative. This is toxic. This is not serving. This is condescending. This is abusive. This is emotionally draining. This benefited me financially, but this harmed me emotionally in so many other ways. This was here to teach you a lesson, folks. You can't hold somebody else accountable when you're not even holding yourself accountable. You looking at somebody else to be the protector and to be the provider and to, you know, all of those things, you know. And I mean, go with me here. Go with me here for just a second. You know, women, we love, especially Christian women, we love to be like, oh, I want to be a Proverbs 29 woman. Right? Whatever. What is the scripture? 29, 39, 29. I think it's 29. But, you guys, we always want to be a Proverbs woman. Where it talk about how the woman get up early and she provide for her home and make sure everything is good. 31. Thank you, Myra. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We want to always, you know, be the woman as like the domesticated woman, right? And we want to be the crown of our husband's head, the jewels of our husband's crown. And we want to be the glue of our family, right? And I'm paraphrasing, y'all. I'm paraphrasing. So no, I'm not gonna get it all right, but y'all understand what I'm talking about. We always want to be that woman, right? And that's what society is getting on my nerves about so bad right now, because there is so much toxic masculinity disguised in informing women on how to be women. I told y'all at the beginning of this reading, the devil is running wild with deceiving people. But everybody talks about that woman. But where is that man who deserves that quality of woman? And what is that man doing to provide the environment that encourages that type of woman to show up and to show out. That empowers that woman. Because see, I'm not coming for fellas, but I'm really supporting our women right now. Because ladies, you know that when you're in love with a man and he's doing all of these things for you, you innately become that woman. You want to be that woman. You go above. You don't mind getting up at 2:30 a.m. and start doing your things for the day. You get a newfound strength, girl. You don't ain't needed to take a nap not once all day. You've been up at 2:30, going to bed to 10, running yourself raggedy. You don't mind doing that. When you talk about submissive, right? You don't mind being submissive because you respect, you admire, and you are inevitably fearful. You don't want to disappoint your person. That type of fear, right? But you know that you can trust them. You know they're going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to be what they say they're going to be. They don't play about you and you don't play about them. You don't mind showing up in that capacity because they've earned that right to have that type of woman. It's more to be in that type of woman than it's about earnings. But for some reason, men have devalued themselves down to just a paycheck. I'm a high value man. I make over 6 figures. Who cares, Mickey Ficky? If you ain't paying my bills and making my life easier for me so that I can be this person, you don't deserve that woman. Since you bragging about how much money you make, you deserve a gold digger, because that's all you equate your value to is a bag of money. I'm not trying to be hurtful. I'm just stating the facts. We got to become a better couple holistically and be better people individually before we can get to the point of getting the type of person that we think that we want. Because all you're coming across are other versions of you. You can't be segmented in your heart. You can't be fragmented in your soul and think that you're going to win. And some of these relationships are a reflection of who you are within. I said it maybe 10 minutes ago. How you going to win when you ain't right within? The same thing goes for you, ladies. I'm not going to sit and tell you got to be all domesticated and all of that mess, because it's a good thing that you are domesticated. Is a requirement? Not for everybody. Exactly. Michael says healing is key. Exactly. That's exactly what we're talking about. Hey, sweeties. It's I was about to say something. Not every man is going to require that you get up and cook dinner every day, or you cook breakfast every day. A real man understands, especially if you are a modern woman, that you got to get up and go to work and do all the things that you got to do just like they do. They understand that. And they make a concession for that. But if you want to be one of these arrogant men that run around here talking about, oh, you got to do this, that, and the third, then what are you doing to deserve that? What are you doing to foster that environment that I feel like I'm empowered? Because a real man that got that. Oh, baby, I'm dotting all my I's and crossing my T's and put periods and commas in every sentence. Exclamation point. I'm doing all of that because I know that you're worthy. I know that you're deserving. It is equal. Equal give and take is crucial, Michael. It is. So, but I feel like in this relationship that this was never that. Okay. And this is what this was trying to teach you. This person had a negative stronghold. And it could have been, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and put it all on that other person because you have it too. You got it too. Y'all was in this together. What's up? You know? With this Hermit card here in reverse. All right? This is a reflection of your immature and irrational decisions. Because if you really be honest with yourself and you really evaluate where you were in that point in your life, you realize that you weren't right either. You weren't right. Ooh, 555. Hallelujah. Change, transformation, instability, conflict. Yes, it is. I absolutely agree. Michael says the sense of entitlement messes up things from both sides. Absolutely. It is a strong sense of entitlement. A strong sense of entitlement. But that's where the devil has a lot of people deceived right now. People feel entitled to things that they have not earned, that people feel entitled to characteristics that they don't embody, attributes that they don't even have. Don't get me to talking. At this point in my life, because I don't want nobody to feel like I'm beating up on somebody. And y'all know me enough to know I ain't beating up on nobody. I'm just keeping it flat 100, right? At this point in my life, I can't say for sure emphatically. Now, this is just MiMi talking. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I don't. At this point in my life, my heart is so fragile and vulnerable from all the disappointment and all the hurt and the need to be strong, overly competent, right? To overcompensate for the things that I don't have in my life. That I don't know if I have the capacity to undertake another American Gladiator Warrior, whatever the name of that show is. I don't know if I have that Olympic 90-day pace to really try to prove myself to anybody anymore. I don't have that in me. I don't have the strength to jump through not another hoop just for the sake of being with somebody. I don't feel like I have that in me. I feel as though at this point in my life, I would need to see the manifestation of a man who is ready to understand what it takes to be in my life and to understand that I need relief. And if you can't come to relieve some of the things that make me masculine because I have to do it all, then what value are you adding to my life? I'm not asking for you to come in to take care of me. I'm not asking for you to come in to pay my bills because I'm self-sufficient. What I'm saying is understand something as simple as checking my landscaper, because my landscaper is trying to get over on me, can go a long way in helping me. Hey, bruh, what you sending the cash app for when you ain't even did no work? Because you know that conversation is going to go a whole different way than when I ask. Right? That's just an example. I've been dealing with car issues with the shop, and I looked up and 2 weeks done went by and I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, I feel like I'm just talking. Y'all not taking me serious. Every time I call up here, this is Mercedes-Benz. I have an expectation that when I take my car to Mercedes-Benz dealership, that I'm going to be treated a certain type of way. And I don't like the way that I'm being treated right now. That's me as a woman speaking. But if there was a man to call on my behalf, that conversation is going to go a whole different way. Again, these are soft skills. Relieve me. Figure out what's going on with my car and tell me where to take it and what time I need to be there. Thanks, babe. You understand what I'm saying? And because you did that, those little things for me. Yes, I'm rushing home to cook you dinner. Yes, I'm doing your laundry and folding it up. Yes, I'm ironing your clothes. Thank you, Teach, because you got my back and I got yours. Yes, I know you've been on your feet all day, babe. Come here, let me rub your feet. Yes, my head hurt because I've been dealing with this mess. But how can I be of service to you? That's what I'm looking for at this point in my life. I'm not looking for another female in a man's body. And I'm not saying that to be gender shaming or nothing else, but I'm saying that to say I'm not looking for a sassy man who wants me to chase you. I got other things to do in my lifetime. And he was about, you too masculine. Do you know me? Like, for real, do you know me? I don't know if Belinda in here or not, but she was laughing at me. I was trying to figure something out before. And she was like, you don't know how to do it? Girl, no. I need help. Do what now? Now, I am grateful I have some male friends that help me a lot. You know what I'm saying? I have male friends that help me out a lot. And I appreciate that. But why am I dependent on a friend when I have a whole boyfriend in my life? Not at this time, but y'all understand what I'm saying. So for the men that are out there, stop overly criticizing women for doing what they got to do when you fail to show up as a man to do what you need to do. And it could be that you just don't know how, which is very possible. But in this day or age of learning, you need to figure it out. Stop coming to me with this bull. Figure it out. Figure it out. And I'm not saying that to be harmful. I'm not saying that to be shady. I'm not saying that to do any of those negative things. I'm saying this because we are living in a society where people are hurting. And all of this drama and issues and baggage is showing up in our relationships because nobody wants to freaking do the work. You just want to reap the benefits. Show up to your job and not work. And let me see how long that works out for you. You want the benefits. You want the paycheck. You want everything that comes with a job, but you don't want to do the work. Who got time for that?
Goodbye.
Four Wands. This is that unhappy home that I'm over here belaboring right now. This is an unhappy home. And this is what you've been dealing with in this unhappy home. I'm going back to what I've been saying this whole time. And if you don't believe me, how long I've been on this thing? 2 hours, an hour and 33 minutes. We've been talking about the same thing for an hour and 33 minutes. This is about the lessons that we are learning. The veil is coming off of our eyes, and for the better and benefit of all and the harm of none, we have got to grow the F up. Period. 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 How many other ways I gotta say it?
Period.
We gotta grow up. There's no question about that. I don't care if you're in a LGBTQ plus positive relationship or a heterosexual relationship. We got to start having critical questions and being serious about being serious. Stop letting people play these games with you, playing in your face, marrying you, and don't even know what it takes to be in a relationship, much less a marriage. Stop it. I saw the saddest message. I saw the saddest message on X where a girl allegedly, and I was trying to make sense of the exchange, but I figured out that it was the male who took the screenshot. So there was a girl dealing with a guy. The guy impregnated her. She's telling him that she's pregnant, and this guy was so disgusting. It was repulsive. And whomever this man is who posted this message, I hope that was a message for other women to take note. As she's saying, I told you not to, finish within the confinements of my inner dwelling. He was like, yeah, but I knew it was something about you. I just knew I had to have you. And then he went on to say, I regret that you're going to be a single mom. God bless. Wishing you the best. Y'all got to understand that men are thinking this way. Y'all got to understand that men are thinking this way. My heart broke for her because, of course, somebody went and got a picture of her. So now you put this girl's picture on the internet with this conversation about what, and I know this is not all men, Michael. I know this is not. And I'm not blaming, but I'm just talking about the quality, the integrity of men right now, right? And I felt so humiliated for her. And the fact that this, I'm about to get to cussing. Oh, Lord. The fact that this thought that it was okay for him to say that. And then the audacity for this tired to screenshot this and put it on the internet. That was enough. Now, I will tell you that I know from personal experience that men do try to do that to women because they want to keep that woman around or be connected to that woman. I had somebody to tell me, I like your pedigree. What the, am I a dog? What you mean you like my pedigree? I'm a dog that you trying to breed?
Are you crazy?
I ain't gonna tell y'all who said that, but that's what was said. I ain't trying to call nobody out. I'm just letting y'all know. We all got mail that we need to read.
You've got mail.
We all do. And it's time for us to wake up and do the work on us so that we're not attracting these damaging people into our lives. We got to protect ourselves. We got to protect ourselves. We got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable by ourselves in order for us to be able to attract the real quality relationships that we're looking for. And if that relationship does not come, are you going to be okay with being uncomfortable? Which goes back to what I was talking about. Was it 3 days ago? 4 days ago? Being gracious even with the things that you don't understand? That must have been on Monday. I believe that was Monday. And if you don't believe me, you can go back and watch the playbacks on YouTube at MiMi Lightseer. But the point is, I said it. We are coming across a time where we're going to have to be really crystal clear about what it is that who we are within. Be honest with who you're not within. And to trust that the people that are in your lives and who are meant to be there for you will be there for you and be in your lives. And if they're not there, it's because they're not supposed to be there. Stop holding on to things that ain't supposed to be there. Why are you still holding? I'm talking about myself now. I was cleaning out my closet. Why I still had a shirt from Wet Seal. Now that tell you how old it was. I am 40 years old. I bought this shirt, I know, when I was 21, maybe 22. I know how much I paid for the shirt. I paid $7 for the shirt. It was at Wet Seal. I was in college. It was so cute. I went and bought it in all 3 colors because it was only $7. I was like, ew, yes. And I love that shirt. And I still love this shirt. Now, why do I still have this shirt 20 years later? Hey, girl, if you don't get rid of this shirt, let somebody else have this shirt. Why you still holding on to it? Now, I'm just saying this for illustrative purposes. This is not true. But your stomach hanging down at the bottom of the shirt. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I love that shirt. I did love that shirt. I was still wearing that shirt. It was a little dingy now, but girl, it was a cute little shirt. It was a short sleeve shirt with the puff sleeves, and it had a little bow. Look, I love bows. Okay, so it's the winter time. This I untied this because I didn't want, it to be all like this. But when I get off of here and I get rid of it, let me tell you, my mama tell me, if you buy another shirt with a bow on it, girl, I love me a shirt with a bow on it. I think it's so cute and feminine. I love me some puffed up shoulders, the things with the puffs and the slit. Girl, yes. See, y'all don't see me when I go out in the world. For real, for real. Y'all see me like pooting around. Sometimes y'all see me a little cute. Sometimes you don't. But I'm telling you, I loves me a little girly shirt with some cute little breeches or a skirt. Most of the times I'm wearing skirts. Most of the time I'm wearing skirts or a dress. But I love it. It don't require too much. You just tie that little bow up, puff up your little sleeves, and you cute. Ow, hey, how you doing, daddy? All right. Can't tell me nothing. But it was time to let it go. It was time to let that shirt go. 20 years later, I done got my $7 worth. If you divide, that's a blessing. That's beautiful, Julian. I'm happy for you. Congratulations. Welcome to the family. If you divide $7, oh, look, that was cute. If you divide $7 by 365 degrees, I mean 360, what am I talking about? 365 days times 4.33 times 20. I done got and divided up by all of that. You done got your money's worth. Okay, you done got your money's worth. But it's time to let it go. I done bought so many other cute shirts since then. What am I still holding on to this shirt for? Get this to somebody high school student. I do accept Jesus Christ into my heart. I've been saved by Jesus Christ since I was 7 years old. Yep. So anyway, moving on. This is what we need to do to get out of this situation. You got to start being stingy with your energy. Start holding on to where you're putting your resources. Good morning, Octavia. You got to start holding back some for you. You got to protect your heart, protect your energy, protect your feelings and your emotions from being subjected to these things that are out here. Because things are going to go in the wrong direction if you're not being protective of yourself and your energy. And that's what we've been talking about here. If you know exactly what I'm talking about, put a white heart in the chat. If you know that you could do a better job with being protective of your energy, being honest with yourself, loving yourself more, being a little bit more compassionate and empathetic towards yourself. If you know that you can do a better job internally, maximizing who you are and what you are and how you show up in the world, I want you to put a white heart in the chat. And I mean, everybody in here should be putting a white heart in the chat because we all can do a better job with that. Let's be clear. Guys and girls, nobody has it worked out. Nobody. Thank you for being honest, Myra. Nobody. Life comes at you fast. Every time you think you got it together, here comes something else telling you you don't. And next thing you know, you're stunned. Here goes some more work I gotta do. Life comes at you fast. Unless you know what day you leaving up out of here, you're going to always have work to do. Unless you know. And even then when you are on your deathbed, you know that you still got things that you got to work out and you got to resolve. That's right. Michael says, we are always a work in progress. And that is so true. Now, with this King of Wands here in reverse, okay? As you start to hold back, you may start to see where this person, whichever way y'all fallen, has been severely dishonest with you, which is interesting because here it is. We talked about this. This is the truth that you need to hear right now for your journey. Oh, look, y'all, the fake, phony, and fraud MiMi the Lightseer joined the room. Which one is this so I can go get you blocked? Y'all so funny. I don't understand. How dare you? Which one is that? MiMi Lightseer. What number is this? Because I'm going to find you and I'm going to block you. You just gave me the reminder to go back to TikTok. I mean, it's just funny to me. These frauds. Now, y'all wonder why I don't do readings anymore? It's because these fake and phony frauds love to come into the room and pretend to, and they'll go message people and say, oh, dear, I have a reading for you. You should send me a gift card. I mean, it's admirable. Can somebody look at that profile so I can see what their number is? We got two of them in here. Look, now they went on there and took their picture off so I don't see them. Baby, I know it's you, you little goofball. That is so sad. Out of all the things for you to wake up and be in the world, you choose to use God's time, the limited time that he gave you to have purpose and meaning for your life. You choose to come up in here and try to be me. That is so sad. Now they want to get off of here. I'm still going to go find you. I mean, I just think that's so disgraceful. At 6 o'clock at Eastern Standard Time in the morning. That's what you want to do with your life. Child. Honesty. Okay, honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. And this is what we've been talking about. You got to be honest. You got to be honest. Report them, Myra. Every time they do that, report them. But you're going to realize how severely dishonest not only you were with yourself, but how much they were dishonest with you. Okay. Then with this King of Swords here. Okay. This is you having the knowledge and the vision and the truth. This is you operating with clarity. Because now all these lies that have been told that kept you bound are no longer confining you. You're no longer stuck. Thank you, Jerome. I appreciate it. You are operating with clarity. You know who you are. You know what you need to be doing. You know what your roles and your obligations are. Don't nobody got to tell you nothing. You've been waiting your whole life to be free, to be healthy, to be clear, to love your life. And it's time for you to get that joy and to radiate from within. It's time. You deserve that. You deserve this. You deserve all of that. Who told you that you weren't supposed to be happy? If I'm being honest, truly honest, I believe that God wants us to be happy. And understanding that being happy doesn't always mean exhilarated over the moon. It don't always mean that. I feel when we talk about happiness, God wants us to be content. Look around your life, look around your day, look around your house, look around whatever it is that you, wherever you are presently. You know, I don't like my husband 100% of the time, but I love that my husband has been the perfect person for me. I know I get on my wife's nerves leaving my shoes in the doorway every time I come in the house and she trip over them. But I'm thankful that every time she picks them up and organizes them back by the door, she'll never complain. I know that I don't like my wife's cooking because she can't cook worth a darn. But I'm thankful that she at least try. That's why I eat before I come home, because I know she gonna kill me with this nasty food. I mean, let's just be real. Let's be real. That's contentment. When you know the pros and the cons outweigh each other. It's a give and take. And it's time for us to be happy with the life that we have, however we have the life that we have. Last message here with this 3 of Wands. Okay? I definitely feel like this is going to give you some sense of empowerment to grow and to evolve and to progress. This is you expanding to new opportunities and new hindsight. The revelations that y'all are about to start getting because you are disconnecting from these toxic people and toxic things are going to allow you to grow and to thrust and to evolve into new people. Going new places. Doing new things. Expanding and evolving into a different version of yourself that you didn't even think was possible. You didn't think it was possible. The way that you're about to connect to God is going to be elevated beyond what you ever thought was possible. You're going to be so happy. You're going to be so happy with your life that unless somebody bring up the past, you don't even remember it no more. That's how you about to be. And you deserve it. You deserve it. You know, when somebody coming around you with this bullshit, trying to piss you off and take you down into a new place, you're going to be like,
let's get it on.
Because you know you ain't going. You about to be like Jennifer Hudson. I'm not going. And I am telling you, I'm not going there today. I'm not going with you there. I want to be free. Watch. Every time somebody try to piss you off and take you there, you're going to be very indignant. And I am telling you, I'm not going. I'm telling you, that's the best response. The best response to when somebody trying to take you down an adverse path that you're not supposed to be going, the best response is, I'm not going there with you today, and walking away. I'm not going there with you today. When somebody trying to take you there and piss you off and get you all upset, I'm not going there with you today. Be blessed. Be blessed. So on that note, I am getting out of this business. If you missed the beginning of this reading, please go back and watch the playback on YouTube at MiMi Lightseer. I am booking personal readings. I don't do them anymore on TikTok because, as you saw, I have a fake, phony, and fraud, multiple accounts that are emulating me. So to protect you and to protect those who appreciate my services, you have to go through my website at PiscesTarot.com. The link is in the bio. But please, if you need help or would like some enlightenment, just keep in mind that tarot is fluid. Everybody has free will. Just because I'm telling you how I see things going doesn't mean that's the way it has to be. You have free will to choose to decide to do it differently for yourself. It's up to you, right? But I want you guys to have a beautiful, fantastic Friday. I want you guys to smile. I want you guys to be happy. I want you guys to look around and do inventory of your life and learn and identify ways on where you can improve and be content. And most importantly, if I were talking about you in this reading, please consult a therapist. And I'm not saying that to be belittling, condescending, or anything like that. I'm saying that because this relationship was very damaging for you, and you need to identify from a non-biased opinions on opportunities and pitfalls so that you can do the work internally and to heal and to really overcome those limitations that are going to be permanent barriers and blockers in your life. On that note, I am MiMi the Lightseer. Thank you so much for tuning in. We had over 1,800 viewers this morning. Thank y'all for getting the likes up today. Y'all be stingy. I tell y'all be doing me in. Like, ooh, just tap, hit the buzzer. Tap, hit the buzzer, hit the like. But it's not about that. It's not about that at all. So y'all have a good day. Be beautiful. Yeah, go ahead. You know, do what you got to do. But y'all have a good day. I am out.